Kia ora and welcome back. My name's ZoeStibi, your vocal coach for today. And in today's video, we're going to be taking a look at Rag and Bone Man Human live in 2017. And it was a while away, but I couldn't find a more recent recording. Let's get straight to the video. I've never seen this one before, actually. I've never heard him sing this live. So this is quite exciting.
Maybe I'm foolish, maybe I'm blind, thinking I can see through this, see what's behind. Got no way to prove it, so maybe I'm lying. But I'm only human after all, and you're only human after all. Don't put the blame on me. Don't put the blame on me. Take a look in.
Guys, I just wanted to hop in here to say, I recently turned off all of the advertising on my channels. I did that because I really wanted to help you with your vocal technique, and I find ads just like really annoying. So if you want to help me, then please subscribe to this channel so that I can grow and help you even more with your fantastic singing. Let's just get back to the video. We know that we love this song, don't we? And it is a really, really great song. If you are someone who has a lower range capability and is looking to work on that chest voice sound. So this is a really comfortable sound. You can even see he's very close to the microphone. This is a very quiet sound. It sounds loud to us because of the microphone, but it is still a very lovely, relaxed chest voice, thicker vocal fold sound in the, I'd say mid to lower part of the range, but I'd have to really hear him speak properly to really get an idea about that.
Mirror, you see it clearer, all you to see.
Just quickly, you can hear really how he goes, don't put the blame on me. And he goes to a little bit of breath, opening up the vocal folds just for that last bit of the sound. If you're going really low in the range, one of my top tips is to allow the breath to come in. Like you're sighing down, don't put the blame on me. And that way you're going to be able to go much lower in the range than you thought possible.
What you believe,
A little bit of air there.
'cause I'm only human after all. You're only human after all. Don't put the blame on me. Don't put the blame on me. Some people got the real problems. Some people out of love. Some people think I can solve them. But Lord heavens above, I'm only human after all. I'm only human after all. Don't put the blame on me. Don't put the blame on me. That's my opinion, and that's me to lie. I'm begging for forgiveness for making you cry. For making you cry. 'Cause I'm only human after.
Oh, you can see there as well, even though he's going higher up in the range, chilled as a cucumber. He's a very accomplished singer. It was absolutely note for note perfect. But again, it's in a rather comfortable part of his range. So when we're going higher, we don't necessarily have to go like, I'm straining to reach those chest voice sounds. And I really want you to think about reaching up through. If this is something that you do struggle with, I want you to think about like reaching up through the head and the neck as if I'm really pulling you up by an imaginary string, because that way you're going to activate through the posterior chain, through the back muscles, and it's going to help you to stabilize the larynx, stabilize those thicker vocal folds in that top part of the range. Now, if you are a female, this is like eking into more of the belt range. For men, this is very much still in that chest voice register. So if you are someone who's looking to work more on your belt sound, then yell at me belting down in the comments so that I know this is something that you're looking to work on. We'll go into a little bit about that growl and how you can create that in the next little break, because I know it's coming in there. And he's not doing like on the recording, not doing that big lead up. Again, we just have to play with what our voice is giving us on the day that we're singing these songs.
For making you cry. 'Cause I'm only human.
Right down with that volume.
After all. You're only human after all. Don't put your blame on me. Don't put your blame on me. Oh, some people got the real problem. Some people out of love.
okay, before he goes much, much further up in the range, he did that, oh, and you sort of heard the voice crack a little bit there. So, I mean, we don't know what's going on with him, but I just say, you know, if this is something that happens to you in a performance, you're like, oh, my voice isn't feeling very well, play it safe, because you're much better off playing it safe than trying to push out those notes that just aren't quite sitting very well that day. He does add quite a lot of, we would call that rattle or growl, you could call it as well, that that's going on in the back. So the vocal folds open and close from the back, and they are attached to what we call the arytenoids or the arytenoids, depending on where you're from. And those are sort of like my wrist. They are cartilages that can move quite flexibly and move the larynx, you know, move the vocal folds in different directions, and they knock together. So they're cartilages. That's what we're hearing. It's not on a particular note. And so if you are doing that, I want you to really think about like release, so that and you can really, I always like to think cookies when you're doing it. Now, just be careful, because it does take a little bit to get used to it. So if you do find yourself coughing, I want you to just like give yourself a break, drink some water, and then do it again. But really think, and like scoop up to those. So that I'm only human after all. I'm only human after all. Don't put your blame. And see there, I tried to pitch on that. Don't put your blame on me. You can't really pitch that. Don't put your blame on me. So you're dropping the pitch and then you're coming back to it. And that's kind of the trick when it comes to growling.
I'm only human after all. I'm only human after all. Don't put the blame on me. Don't put the blame on me. 'Cause I'm only human. I do what I can. I'm just a man. I do what I can. Don't put your blame on me. Don't put your blame on me.
Wow, it's just so truthful, isn't it? You really feel like what he's talking about when he's singing just really hits you. Honestly, I know I bang on about it like a little bit, probably too much when I'm on this channel, but holy macrimony. You can hear when he went up to that higher part of the range.
'Cause I'm no prophet or Messiah.
Yeah, there you go. You can see that he just lifts the head ever so slightly. It's a really great way for you to still keep a thick vocal fold contact to help opening up that vowel in order to get that sound on the note. Because I'm no prophet or desire. And when you're going further up in the range, I want you to think about opening up the vowel a little bit. But if that's something that you're wanting to work on, check out my podcast episode, Sing with Power Up Here. We had the inaugural episode, woohoo, where I talked to the fantastic Gemma Sugru about the mixed voice. Because in a female range, this is like mixed voice. It could be belting, depending, yeah. But check out, we talk in depth about the mixed voice and how to train it in that podcast episode. So when you're talking about doing these exercises, I want you to kind of take them with a pinch of salt and go, okay, I'm someone who does zero sports, and maybe it's going to feel like for me when I'm pulling up through the back of my head and my neck, like, oh my God, this is so much work. And on the other hand, someone who works out 4 or 5 times a week, 2 times a week is going to be like, oh, I don't feel anything, Zoe. You're still activating, and it's really about working with the effort levels according to your own voice and your own body. But let's just watch that again.
We should go looking somewhere high.
Okay, so adding that growl over top of like a little bit of twang is maybe something that's for a different video. But when you've got that twang, that's coming in there, great way to access the upper part of the range, yeah? And when you go, I'm no prophet or desire, it's a great way, again, to get that thicker vocal fold action further up on the range, but to have like, they're not quite as thick because twang thins out the vocal folds ever so slightly. So it's sort of like, I like to call it a cheat way of going up further in the range, but there isn't really such thing as a cheat, because like as long as it sounds thick and loud and voluminous to us, does it really matter how you get up there? But let me know down in the comments what your tricks are to reach further in the range, and what your favorite part of his performance was. Honestly, it's his connection to the lyrics that like gets me every single time. I love Rag and Bone Man. So if you are looking to sing without strain, sing this type of music without strain, and looking to improve your vocal technique, then sign up for my free masterclass down below in the description. We're going to be looking at the 3 main ways that you can help to release strain when you experience it in your voice. I want you to check out my other video over here where I talk about vocal fold contact, singing 101, where I go into the glottal onset to really get that lovely thicker vocal fold sound. Have an awesome rest day. Happy singing. Ka kite anō.